Hey guys, I'm RedHerring, and it's time for another StarCraft 2 cast. With RedHerring, myself spawning in the bottom left position of Zelnaga Caverns, and the top right, Nathanias. So, yeah, he's the blue Terran, and this is going to be a pretty interesting game. I played it earlier today, actually, and really thought that this was a good demonstration of just multitasking and a good little macro game for you guys. So hope you guys will enjoy it. We have a good luck, have fun. You too. It's always kind of awkward when you say good luck, have fun, and they don't reply. But this guy's not one of them. He said you too, so it makes it all good. Looks like. How does he actually have this much APM? I'm gonna have to. Okay, because you know how they decrease the spamming thing. So like I still spam even though it doesn't look like I'm spamming because they only count it as like it's like a third of what it really should be, or a fourth. I'm not even sure exactly, but he was able to keep it at like 100. Maybe it's individual clicks he's doing or something, but somehow his spam is still recording some of it. So, and okay, so my probe comes out, and this is my vision here, and I see his supply depot. So I'm looking for his barracks, and I actually do I come across? Yes. So I see it out of the corner of my probe's vision, and I'm just going to go harass it a little bit. Um, this is a kind of an odd place for a barracks. I think he was trying to hide it from my probe a little bit, but I mean, it's not walled in here. It's not walled in here. Sometimes Sandwich will throw it up against here to prevent like any proxy 2-gate or anything like that. But he put it in this kind of odd third place here. But looks like he's just patrolling around with this probe or with this SCV, just waiting for my probe to come back, and we'll attack it. Let me make sure my sound volume. Yeah, okay, good. Just double check. Don't want the game volume to be too loud or too quiet. And looks like the barracks finishes, and he starts the Marine, has his gas, getting his orbital command, and I see all of this. And he is actually just about to scout me, but I mean, my build is just standard as his, except for the fact that I am getting a Zealot before Cybernetics Core, and there my Cybernetics Core goes down, and I actually surround his SCV. Because, and the reason for this, I am going to be chrono boosting this Zealot. I should be chrono boosting that right now, but I'm not. I clicked it in game. Oh, click myself. Okay, there we go. So, the reason I wanted to kill this SCV is because I didn't want to see him chrono boosting out Zealots. Because I'm going for an aggressive 1-gate expand, which is a build I like against Terran, who do get gas, and I don't know, he's actually pulled guys off gas, and we'll see what he does with this. And I really like this play by him. He's going for a fast command center. He tricked me by getting gas, and then he's going to actually go 1-reactor expand. So, but we'll get back to that later. I did not want to see him, or I did not want him to see me chrono boosting out Zealots and now a Stalker. And I'm going to push out when I have that Stalker. We'll queue up another Stalker behind that. Also getting Warp Gate. And if you look at the income tab, I'm ahead in Harvesters. That's just because he's going for this super fast command center, and he pulled guys off gas, but he'll catch up. He'll catch up soon. So he's adding a couple more barracks too, and tech lab. Now, the reason I like this this play of faking me out is because I think he's going like one base. It could be like a 1-1-1 build. It could be it could go into Banshees. It could be like a 2-gate or 2 racks or a 3 racks build. I do not know that it is a command center after 1 barracks, but I'm actually pushing up with my aggressive 1-gate, and I catch him at the perfect timing. His bunker is about to finish, but I was able to catch it before it actually finished. He's pulling SCVs, and I actually kill off the SCV, making the bunker, and now I'm retreating because I need to get a good surround. I need to back my Zealots up and start killing these SCVs. And he actually loads up inside the bunker, so I need to get out of there. There's no point in trying to destroy a mass repaired bunker. That is not happening ever. So I run around and try to shoot down this mule. Failing that, I think I'm just gonna run around, kite a little bit, just cause some trouble. And this whole time, I'm just making probes. Don't forget to macro during this attack. You know, people sometimes get excited about all the damage they're doing in the base, and then they bank like 600 minerals, cough cough, and like 250 gas, cough cough cough. Yeah, that's definitely something I could be doing better. I was a little bit excited about getting into space. Usually a 1-gate FE like this will not actually do that much damage, but I was very surprised to see this command center up here. And He was able to hold that off. Let's look at the workers killed. 6 workers killed, units lost. He was definitely, that was definitely worth it for me. And looks like he's getting, did he have stim already? I don't think he does. I think he's getting custom shell before stim. And that's interesting. So yes, I was floating a little bit of money. Could have macroed better during that attack, and I'm throwing up, let's see, Twilight Council and a couple more gateways. I could even throw up some more gateways. And maybe a forge, which, oh, there goes the forge, and an extra gateway. Okay. And just macroing. I pulled ahead. I'm like, oh, well, he just made a bunch, but I am ahead in harvesters, and he doesn't feel safe. The nice thing about that pressure is it forced him to be defensive, and he is afraid to actually lift this command center off and land it here. So he's just making harvesters and fully saturating this base here, which is oversaturated right now. But I'm sure he will fight out eventually. He's getting engineering bay, always good to have. Especially if I went for some type of Dark Templar play. I do have the Twilight Council, but I'm actually not going for a Dark Templar just yet. Keeping my money nice and low now I know. Wasn't distracted by attacks. And I'm actually catching this Reaper out in the open, and he barely notices that just in time. I try to hit the tower to get vision and then go, and I see him out of the corner of my eye. I see him running this way. I tried to get vision at the high ground to shoot him after he had bounced up there, but it looks like he's just going to be skying around. Won't do too much damage. I think he killed the probe that I had controlling the natural, I believe. And, I'm just pushing up again. I want to see, does he have tanks? Does he have Banshees? What does he have? What has he been doing up in his one base? And I see his concussive shell, so I'm thinking bio. He has a Marauder and he has concussive shell. And, you don't get those 2 units, either 2 units, if you're going, like, tanks, or you're going, I don't think the Reaper got 1 kill, but if you're going tanks or Banshees or something like that, you're not going to have Marauder and concussive shell, because that's a waste of gas off one base. But it turns out I'm actually wrong. He's going to Starport and getting a tech lab on his factory, and he's expanding at the same time as he's going this 2-port. And I guarantee this is 2-port Banshee. You don't go 2-port medevac off soon to be 2 bases. And I've kept ahead in my harvester count and production. I really need to be making probes still. 50 probes is a good amount on 2 bases, but if I'm knocking down these rocks, I'm going to take the 3rd, and you could pre-make workers to transfer to the 3rd, so your 3rd is like instantly saturated. That's the thing I could definitely work on. I have charge for my zealots. I'm getting blink, and I have +1 armor. I always get armor before attack versus Terran, as it helps so much against Marine DPS. And it looks like he's pushing out. And I'm hiding pylons over here to catch sight for drops and just get some good map presence. But he's pushing out, and he doesn't have stim, so I really don't agree with this push. His stim it's not even on the way. So I really don't agree with this push. I see him coming, and if he had stim right there, he could have caught up and snagged like 2 of my sentries. He got 1 there, and I actually forced people because I thought my vision, I thought he had more than this, and I was afraid to engage at all, so I threw up those force fields, and they really didn't trap anything, so that was kind of my bad a little bit. And I do have charge on my zealots. I realized, well, he doesn't have stim, and I have charge, so I can just destroy all of it. And he has some good dispute and shoot micro, but his zealots are so beefy with their +1 armor, and I throw up a little force field to catch a couple units, and just chasing him down, and okay. He went for a 3rd quick command center, and he's actually landing it right there. And I haven't scouted this. Oh, that's his vision. My vision. I haven't scouted this. I do have a pylon down here. I like throwing pylons up at odd places in the map just to scout for drops. But I have not scouted this 3rd command center, which he should be landing shortly. And I am getting Side Storm. I almost have +1 damage for my ground units. I have Solitary High Templar. He's the first of his brothers to be warped in from Ire, and getting some more stalkers just to shoot this factory down, and taking out these rocks, because I do have this base, but I have enough money. I'm thinking get another expansion, because I just took out his whole army. And instead of kind of pressing the offensive, I forced him to make bunkers. He's been scared, and in the actuality, I probably could have moved out here and won, just because honestly he doesn't have much. But his 2-port Banshee, he's full-time started production as soon as he gets unsupply blocked. And Banshees, unscouted, I have no idea this is coming. yeah, this is what I see. I don't have an observer because I don't have a robotics facility because I've been going Twilight Council route, so I don't even have observers, and he has cloak about to finish. So this could actually do a lot of damage, and I'm ahead in harvesters, but Banshees are so dang good that I don't know if I'll be able to hold this. I mean, a surprise like tech switch like this rarely happens off 2 base, and that's what is I think is really going to take me by surprise. Now I do know about this. I threw up I threw up a pylon over here, but yeah, ended up taking it down because he was a planetary fortress, and I scouted with my blink stalkers, take a little bit of hull damage, but I'm able to get out of there basically scot free. And looks like his Banshees are coming in, and I have no idea this is coming. And so I have the supply advantage, units lost. Everything is pointing to my victory here, except for this. So this was a really risky gamble on his part because I could have just basically marched in and killed them, but I went for the eco route, and in this case, going the eco route allowed him to get these Banshees out, and he's just killed so many of my workers. 15 workers killed. I warp in stalkers. I'm rushing to get a robotics facility. I rush to put down cannons. I put down cannons at every base. I should put up cannon here shortly. And looks like he's targeting down the pylon that is powering all my gateways here. Well, this one's powering a few. This one's powering one gateway, but the forge is going to be unpowered. And it looks like I'm just in desperation at once. I'm going in there, and I'm also going in here. This attack really was a diversion, and he held it off perfectly. And okay, he has cloak. Okay, this is my vision. I can see. Okay, you can see that little blur there. Those are the Banshees. So I want to storm on top of them because storm hurts Banshees, even if you can't see them. It does splash damage and will hurt. I mean, he has the money, and 4 engineering base isn't going to do anything. Especially since he doesn't even have an armory, so he can't even get. He has another issue. He can't even get +2 weapons for his infantry, or upgrade for his Banshees. So, yes, he does have Banshees here. They took down my base up here, and I do have Phoenix though. I actually put down a double starport for Phoenix production because I realized, okay, he's just sticking with this Banshee thing. Wow, that was sloppy. I let my base get killed instead of canceling it. And okay, missed the storm. Oh, got it. Go. Almost. No. Okay, so 1 Banshee survives. We've just been trading like gas-heavy units this whole time, like Banshees for Templar. Our units lost is almost identical here. I have lost a little bit more. Our APM is almost identical. Our production tab is not identical because we play different races. But I could be spending Chronoboost more. But yes, I do have double starport. I'm like, okay, if you're going to be stubborn and go for this mass Banshee play, I am going to go Phoenixes. And I have a couple of Phoenixes here. I built a bunch of observers. I have my observers rally to Phoenixes. They will follow the Phoenixes wherever they go. They'll be their little buddies. And now, this is what I would have done instead of these engineering bays. He's putting a bunch of barracks down. He saw my starport. He saw my Phoenix. You see my Phoenix. And he's thinking, okay, well, you're going to go mass air. Marines counter that pretty well. And we have an engage here. This is really, I really needed way more Zealots and way less Stalkers. But I have so many Stalkers because he had gotten so many Banshees, and Zealots obviously can't hit air. So, I felt I was safer going with more Stalkers instead of getting like Zealots, which was just being massacred by Banshees. But it turns out, he had a pretty solid bio army. But I do warp in additional rounds of Zealots, and these, okay, very importantly, my army is 1-1-2, and he is just 1-1. And so, okay, watch how much my Zealots just tank this damage. These bio forces were barely able to do anything against this. And this is really key. Upgrades are really working in my favor in this game. Now, he's going 3 command center. I mean, yeah, he's throwing some money, but, he could put add-ons here. He could get +2. He should put down an armory, and he's getting another factory. I really would like to see an armory from him. I mean, upgraded bio is some of the deadliest units in the game, especially combined with medvacs, as I'm sure you guys know. So, instead of going the Banshee route, maybe go medvac and with upgraded bio. It would be great against the force I have, because I've been prepping against kind of this mass Banshee strategy he's been going so far, but he seems to be making it work. He's coming out with another force. He knows about this base. He saw it coming up. I do have just a High Templar scouting around. He doesn't have any engineering bay. round, and he's actually trying to take out this pylon over here. Weapons themselves to finish it off. And he's coming up here, maybe targeting down the Nexus. Nope, just taking out the cannon. I warped in some DT, and he realizes, I'm not sure if he has any scan left, but this attack really isn't going to do too much. He is targeting the Nexus, but I would target probes at this point. I think that was a little bit of a mistake, as my army just runs up and cleans that up. And I was able to defend my pylon with this lone zealot with 3 kills, 2 attack, 2 armor, 1 shield. Very good against even 1-1. And so I run in here, and this is the first time I actually see all these barracks here. I'm like, dang, he's going mass bio, so I blink out of there. I need to get out. Oh, Marines are so good. Lose a stalker there. And my DT was doing some work, but he was able to scan and pick it off. I would just make a Raven. I would like to see him make her. Oh, he is making Ravens. Okay. Cool, cool. You know, Ravens are, I think, a little bit underutilized, and the patch kind of changed that, made Seeker Missile a little bit better. But still, Ravens, I feel, you know, I don't know. Seeker Missile, it's a good spell, but it costs a lot of energy, and it takes a while for Ravens to really accumulate that energy, so I don't know if it's the most practical buff. In any case, we have a bunch of units coming down here. At the same time, my units are trying to take out his base, so it looks like we're just trading blows, like punching each other's faces for taking out each other's expos. I need to say this observer because, oh, and he scans, he's trying to look for the observer, and I try to run my observer way over here. But he ends up, I think he's gonna snipe it, yeah. Oh, if I had kept that observer alive, I could have just sat my Phoenix back here and sniped Banshees all day. But unfortunately, he was able to scan and take that out. That's a good move. And meanwhile, I'm coming down here. At the same time, he's running some force in here. He has some guys taking out my probes. I don't even notice this. So, I mean, this is like multi-pronged attack Maximus. I mean, we have guys running all over the map. His Banshees are not coming on here. I need to get these Phoenixes. I need to make another Observer so I can spot these Banshees. I end up taking out his Planetary Fortress with some Clutch Storms to get the SCVs away from there. And, you know, I'm sniping down his units. He tried to focus my Dark Templar with his SCVs. But I realized, now these Banshees are doing so much damage. I need to get these Phoenixes. What are you doing? Come on, come on. I know you can multitask that. And yes, so I'm sniping a couple of his Banshees, and his Bioforce is rolling in again. But my guys are here to meet him, and working on +3 weapons now. And this Bio really doesn't stand much of a chance with no medevac support. I mean, caught in the open, a storm, kind of unnecessary, a little bit overkill. Pick up a Marine just for the lulz. But he's still moving around with his Banshees. He's being very persistent. I love this play, this aggressiveness. And it looks like I might be able to snatch away some of his Banshees. Where's my observer? There it is. Maybe I should have gotten observer speed. It makes observers fast enough to fly. I'm not sure if it's the same speed as Phoenix. I don't think so, but it's definitely faster than it is right now. And, oh, that's a bit of a mistake right there. That's actually a major mistake. He lost 2 of his Banshees there. But I need to get these Phoenix out of here. These Marines are going to snipe them down. They do have 1 shield armor, but that's not that much. And yes, I do notice this. I need to pull these probes away. Come on, pull the probes. Yep, there we go. I have sniped this command center now, and if you look at the income tab, it is actually 36 to 31. He is ahead in Harvesters, but he's ahead in supply too, but I just have the better upgrades, and I have, I think, the superior army composition. But he does have this base. Oh, that's so many meals. Look at his income. Meals are so good. Oh my gosh. And he does have a couple Ravens. Doesn't have Hunter Seeker Missile researched. I think that's fine. Point Defense Drone against Protoss is so good, especially against Stalkers. And he has another army he's coming in here, and I am actually heading for his base at the same time he's heading for mine. So we're trading like massive blows to each other. Once again, he's just going to run in here, snipe the Nexus. I have to run these probes away. I don't even know if any probes are going to get out. Oh, this guy was lucky. Excuse me. I do have a couple High Templar down here. At the same time, I ran in here. And at the same time as that is happening, he's throwing down point defense drones in my main. But I am able to snipe this, and that's so many SCVs. He never knocked down these rocks, so these SCVs have nowhere to go. At the same time, he took out my expansion. All my probes are dead. Oh, I was just looking at that. Yes, 16 to 12 probes. Production tab. I mean, I don't have any money, no minerals at all. I mean, these point defense drones are just. You could target the pylons, but I think it's fine what he's doing right now. And you know, I made some Archons with the High Templar, but he scans for DT. I didn't find any, but you know, sniped the Archons. I ran my Phoenix away. I see all these point defense drones, and but once again, you see the power of upgrades. You know, this bio is so good, but you know, these Archons can really tank the damage. You sniped one of my TTs there, and oh, the Storm, oh, just ate them alive. Didn't kill a single High Templar. Oh, the Storm is so good, and you know, out upgraded bio with no medvac support. Really, it's good, but against what I have here, it's not gonna cut it. He really needed to get more upgrades for his infantry, but he does have the economic advantage here, because he does have mules and he has a command center, which he will hopefully float to someone start mining. But he has the bioforce here, and you know, his ravens they're slowly but steadily clearing my main, and I don't actually I don't want to waste my units because I don't have much money, so I don't want to waste my units killing basically energy units. So that's why I'm not actually clearing out the space, because I don't have money to spend with the gateways anyway. And he asked how much longer I was going to be in the game. I sniped this computer. That's a huge deal. And I kind of joke around, you know, you can GG. And at this point, I thought I was dead. I really did. His vision, I mean, he sees what I have. This is all I got. My vision, I thought he had this base here. It turns out he doesn't. And he's just running in with these units, being super annoying. Just all over the map, just non-stop aggression. You could put down a couple more point defense drones. I actually see these two Banshees here. I'm not able to get them. And he does have more Marines and more bio coming down. Snipes my only harvester. I have 0 harvesters, but I have a good army, and I storm myself. That's pretty bad. But you know, upgrades. Just check the upgrades. Oh, storm! I just cut swaths. That hurts Terran so much. I know Terran players watching this are probably cringing right now. And you know, I blink in with my stalkers. I'm thinking this is all he has, because I actually ran over here and scouted that no, he does not have another command center there. So I'm actually closer in this game than I thought, and I think he even realizes he actually does not have me in the bag right now. He thought he did, but nope. And I'm coming in here. I'm cleaning house, basically. He doesn't have the army that can stand up to what I got right here, and I don't agree with putting down the point defense turrets. I would rather have him put down point defense drones instead of turrets. And you notice I actually saved this Phoenix. No, I'm kidding. I know I have a Phoenix there. Okay, this Phoenix, which had been defending this base, keep this guy in mind. Keep this guy in mind. He will become instrumental in this game. And I think you guys might be able to guess why. So he does have a bunker full of units here, but I'm ignoring that, pressing onward. This Raven has 3 hit points. Anything will take it. There it goes down. I'm trying to keep my observer back. See, I don't want my observer to die, because sometimes if you like group all your units up and like run them, you know, attack move in their base, the observer will like move over the turret and just get sniped down. So you want to have it on a separate hotkey, or just set the following units, or it'll kind of run into death. And he does have a couple Banshees up here, point defense drone here, just making sure I'm not putting down any more probes, building any probes to like long distance mine. I was long distance mining the gold, but that didn't last too long. I actually caught his ravens out of guard. I think I might have sniped one, but this guy gets away. And you know, Terran can lift off their buildings, and that is making all the difference right here. There's so many barracks. He could land this right here and just mule. But I do see this because I have a gas geyser here, and I can see he's landed. I don't want him to mine. You know, I've cleared his main basically. So, I almost get a Banshee. My observers need to be faster. I could have sniped so many more units if I had faster observers. But yeah, it looks like, you know, I cannot let this mine. So my number 1 objective is to kill this off, and he doesn't have any defense for it. He's just now making some units. So I just blink in, and three upgraded attack stalkers and the Archons for a little bit of added attack there. Just took that down super fast. He does have a couple Banshees up here, and you know, I have this Phoenix here, and this is instrumental because it is the only air unit I have, and I have no other bases, and Terran can fly their buildings. So you know, we'll see if this comes into play. I I believe it will though. And I see this SCV, I'm like, ah, pick you up just to be annoying. In case you were trying to make the command center, he actually does have enough to make the command center. And I see, okay, so this Raven comes along, and he's planning to put down the turret. And there he goes, and I see that, and I snipe, I snipe his Raven. Yay for shield upgrades that soften the damage a little bit. So that was a pretty big blow actually if you think about it, because his Raven could have kept back and recharged max energy and laid down like 3 or 4 turrets, and that would have been a lot worse for me. So I run up here, I see his only mine base, I'm sniping guys as they spawn out of these barracks, taking the barracks down, they're in flames. He picks them up with the medvac, and he's made the transition to medvac to bio, but way too late I feel. And also I'm just running around, I'm sniping his buildings, sniping his guys over here, and I think I'm going to speed up the replay a little bit because this gets a little bit boring. I'm just kind of trying to destroy all of his buildings as best as I can. And he does have a couple Banshees though. I mean, he's still in this game. Not after losing both Banshees. Oh, only lost one Banshee too. The cannon, but this Banshee, he really should have pulled away. He should have known my observer was coming. I'm not sure if he realized I actually have an observer in the game, but he loses his last Banshee there. He has a single harvester. I have no harvesters. Look at the APM, 103 APM, but it's not much to do at this point in the game besides run around looking for his buildings. But he does have so much money. He has so much gas here. But there's just nothing to spend it on because he has no minerals. Or he barely has any minerals. He's trying to repair this with mules, which is good. He's like, really? And I'm not sure if he says really because he knows I'm being revealed right now. By the way, if he just had enough units, he could kill me. And he does have some bio here, and he actually sees me coming up here. So I'm like, GG. I'm like, I can't believe I actually came back from this. Those Banshees really did take me by surprise. But somehow I was able to persevere, barely hold them off. And he's like, pretty much, GG. Blink in here, take out this Marauder. He ran a couple Marines down here, but that's not going to do much. Snipe him down, and yeah, so he's like, it's going to stalemate. I'm like, really? I've actually never experienced a stalemate before. I don't want this to be my first. I'd rather take the win. And that Phoenix from earlier? Still here. So I'm talking, I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, nice Banshees. I'm being nice to him because I want him to leave. If I pissed him off, he might just sit in a corner all day. So I'm like, oh, nice Banshee play. It really caught me off guard. And it did. And he's like, oh, thank you. But he doesn't leave. And I thought he was going to leave, but he's not leaving. And that's really annoying me. So I'm playing this heck of fast speed. He has his SCV selected. I guess he's just clicking around. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, no APM. So I actually see, okay, this is the key part here. So I was scouting with my observer all the bases on the map. This is my vision here. And I see he has 2 Vikings. Now 2 Vikings against 1 Phoenix. The Vikings will win, even though I have 1 shield upgrade. So I'm not sure what I can do here because my stalkers can't actually hit these buildings. But watch what I'm gonna do, and it's ingenious, really. Oh, it's not ingenious, but it's good. My observer's over here. I actually end up bringing my observer just to make sure it doesn't have any hidden like Vikings way back in the corner. So this is what I do. Yeah, so I test to make sure he's holding position with his Vikings. If he was not holding position, he would have chased my Phoenix as it lost its shields, but he would have chased it, and then I would have sniped it down. So I poked with my Phoenix. I'm making sure he's holding position, and I'm bringing my High Templar. So speed up a little bit, and here we go. This is so good by me. I'm so glad I had these. I almost whooped these into Archons when I thought I was winning, but I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't, because yes, I'm storming his Vikings. And there goes 1, and just waiting, trying to click way over there. I'm not sure if I can reach it with the storm. In any case, I could just take this out. I'm like, smiling face. I don't think he's even here because he has no APM. But I think he was like, his plan was just to wait it out. That's not happening though. So I bring my Phoenix in, and this is, I don't want it to stalemate, but this is what it's kind of cool that I'm doing. I'm kiting his barracks. I'm trying to kite him. You know, I'm moving the barracks. I'm like herding them. Like this is this like sheepdog, and this is the sheep. I'm herding, and I'm blinking my stalkers around just to try to get some more DPS on this, and I'm targeting down the weak barracks so that it'll start getting on fire, start burning, and then it'll kind of die by itself. So I actually could pull this Phoenix over here and kind of herd this barracks over here to get shot by the stalkers more, and there we go. That's what I'm doing right now. And during this whole time, I'm actually surprised it didn't show the message here. Maybe it did. I don't think it did, no. But it actually did say stalemate starting. And then I was kind of scared when the two barracks were there. And it said, you know, you need to kill like a building within like 2 minutes and 50 seconds or it'll stalemate. So I was able to kill the building. But, you know, this whole time, I'm like, oh dang, I really don't want the stalemate because I have this game. I want the points. So yes, I was able to kind of herd this barracks over towards the stalkers more, you know, shooting with the Phoenix. And I'm like, GG, because I thought this was his last building. And I'm like, oh wait, you know, he was never revealed, so we gotta have a command center. So I'm like, oh really? So I'm like, what? So here we go, scouting out the base, scouting out the base. Oh, there you are. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So, time to start picking away at your barracks and your command center a little bit more. Kind of kiting the, or herding the barracks towards the stalkers. Yeah, he was definitely not here this whole thing. Or this whole last part. Last 10 minutes of it or whatever. And I was trying to herd this, but I couldn't get my Phoenix all the way to the corner to push the command center this way, so just gonna shoot it down. Pew 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 pew. I got all my guys, but yeah, I was happy I was able to beat the stalemate. And finally, you know, I finally won. So, guys, this is a pretty long game. Kind of interesting game showing, you know, scout your opponent. That was my bad. Should have scouted that double reactor. It is a little bit hard to scout when you go Templar tech as Protoss against Terran because you won't have observers till later. But you can use like hallucination. That's one thing I found useful. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have more out soon. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks, guys.